Newcastle United are making football look incredibly, and I mean incredibly easy right now. These guys have scored 9 goals over the last 2 games against an informed Crystal Palace. Even though they lost to Manchester City, they were still in form. And against Manchester United as well. 9-1 on aggregate. Absolutely incredible. We're going to be breaking down the game, going through why Newcastle was so impressive. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe, hit like as well. It is always greatly appreciated. But I mean, Newcastle United just keep on impressing me. Week on week on week. Tonight, a load of people would have been watching the Arsenal versus Real Madrid game. Me, of course, as an Arsenal fan, I'm delighted. I'm happy my team managed to get to the semi-finals. But I couldn't help but put Newcastle on the side. Because I'm very appreciative of my Newcastle following. I like the football they play. And I thought, okay, let's see. Crystal Palace, a tough game. How are they going to get through this? And how did they respond? Absolutely incredible. And I mean, I have to start with Jacob Murphy. I have to. I have no choice but to. Because this guy has been absolutely incredible this season. On the right wing, I've said it multiple times. I'm one of the people that for many seasons have been like, Newcastle have had Almiron and Murphy as their right wingers. If they could upgrade in that area, they would go levels and levels up. But that's why I'm not a coach. I'll admit it. Jacob Murphy is the perfect option on that side for Newcastle. He absolutely is. I'm not sure what's going on with his contract situation. I think is he running out at the end of the season, but I'm sure Newcastle will give him whatever he wants and keep him for an extra year because he's pivotal both on the pitch and off the pitch. The guy is incredible. He gels the quality through Isak and the quality of Barnes or Gordon, whoever is on the left, and he just makes it work. I mean, look at this for statistics over the past couple of games. A goal and assist against Crystal Palace. An assist against Manchester United. 2 goals against Leicester. An assist against Brentford. And an assist in a cup final against Liverpool. This is world-class form. World-class form. You cannot say it is anything but world-class. Jacob Murphy just has the facilities to keep on performing. And I absolutely love it. I really, really do. And I saw this tweet and it epitomizes the truth with Jacob Murphy. If Newcastle had spent 50 million on a right-sided forward who's doing what Jacob Murphy done this season, it will look like a bargain. I absolutely agree. For me, he's one of the most informed wingers this season. And to be honest, we're looking at right wings other than Salah. He's the standout one. I literally can't think of anybody else. If Salah wasn't existing, he would be the best right winger on form. I obviously love Bukayo Saka, and I think he's incredible. I think obviously he is better than Murphy as a footballer. But this season, for the way Murphy has performed, for me, he's in the top 3 best wingers in the Premier League. Right wingers, sorry, in the Premier League. A right-footed right winger. He has the power to come on his left as well. And I mean, why wouldn't I want to show you guys the goal? Let's have a look at the goal he scored. Absolutely incredible. From this angle, absolutely incredible. I mean, it's a great finish. And look at him pointing to Sandro Tonali there. It just goes to show the unity in the Newcastle team. It's important, guys. It really is. You can have all the footballers, the fancy footballers, score goals, win games, but you can tell there's a genuine unity, and it comes from Jacob Murphy. You can tell he's just the perfect guy. Someone like Sandro Tonali at the start, many people were like, oh, he looks upset, he doesn't want to be here. Players like Jacob Murphy are pivotal to bedding in these players coming from other countries. I can tell you for a fact, Jacob Murphy is bringing them in, loving them in. You need those profiles. You do. And let me just look at that goal again. Because from this angle, Tonali scored something like this against Brentford. Newcastle players just have this knack of scoring incredible goals from difficult angles. It is incredible. It really, really is. And from one winger, let's go to the other winger. I mean, Harvey Barnes has just turned it on. And I'm almost feeling sorry for Anthony Gordon right now. Because Harvey Barnes, the way he's playing, the positions he's picking up, the confidence 1v1 is incredible. And might I say, his link up with Tino Livramento is world class. We talk about Lewis Hall, who will obviously have that left back spot. But Tino Livramento is performing to an incredible, and I mean incredible level in the left back position. The way him and Barnes have this synergy, this understanding, the overlaps from Tino. Barnes cutting in and then Livramento dragging defenders with him on the overlap. It is critical. It creates separation. It creates space. These two players really do. And I mean, a goal against Crystal Palace for Barnes, 2 goals against United, a goal against Leicester, an assist against Brentford, and a top performance in the cup final. Because a lot of people doubted Barnes, saying Gordon got the red card. They were saying advantage Liverpool. Let's not forget how good Harvey Barnes is. I find it really disrespectful that before people would look at Harvey Barnes like a scrub. This guy is incredible. At Leicester, he was incredible. At Newcastle, before the injuries he got, he was showing glimpses of what he's got. Now he's starting to pick up. And it's going to be tough for Gordon to get inside. Murphy has nailed the right wing spot. Barnes is nailing down the left wing spot. You're now looking, probably right now, based on form, Gordon has a better chance of displacing Alexander Isak than he does the other two. And that is the truth. That is the truth of it all. I mean, let's talk about pivotal moments in this game. We can talk about the attacking talent, Murphy, Barnes, and all the players on the pitch that I'll get onto later. But Pope made the error, and I thought it was a silly decision from him. He has a knack of sometimes just flying in with the punches and misjudging it a little bit. I don't want to say knack because I don't want to put this straight onto him. But I've seen it a couple of times, maybe 2 times, 3 times per season, where it can be quite impactful to the team, where he concedes a penalty in these scenarios. But let's not forget, Ivan Toney missed a penalty against Nick Pope. He was the first goalkeeper to ever save an Ivan Toney penalty. That's incredible. Eze went with the same run-up and Nick Pope stood his ground. For me, he's just so impressive. There's talk of Trafford coming in because he's better with his feet, he's a better shot stopper, whatever, young English. But Nick Pope always has these moments where you're like, that's why he's Newcastle's number 1. You look at it and you're like, this is why Newcastle persists with him over Dubravka, who I think is a fantastic goalkeeper in his own right. But you just know Nick Pope can bring up these massive moments, even though he made the mistake to keep this game at 1-1. It's crucial. It's pivotal. The whole game changes if Eze slots this penalty away. And that's the truth of it all. So give him his flowers. Congratulations. Well done, Nick Pope. A clean sheet for him. The back four, Barnes, Burns, Shaw. I could go on about those for ages. Trippier at right back has been incredible recently. But Nick Pope, he does sort of come up in these big moments and provide really, really nice sort of saves, which Newcastle need to happen. But I mean, what video would it be if me, probably one of the biggest glazers of Sandro Tonali, I'll have to admit it, because I just think the guy's mint. I really do. I really, really do. And Newcastle fans, this guy, wow, you have got yourselves a player. Looking at 145 million plus for Sandro Tonali, if anyone would ever want to get him. He's that good. Looking at these stats here, 90 minutes played, 1 assist, 83 touches, 86 pass accuracy, 1 key pass, 2 out of 3 ground duels won. All of his dribbles attempts successful. And I saw the video I did last time about talking about Sandro Tonali, and you guys were like, one thing about Tonali is he's deceptively quick. And that's what is true, because he can cover so much ground due to how quick of a player he is. I mean, look at this heat map. He has a lot of speed. To be going across the pitch like this, covering the amount of ground he does, providing quality he does in the duels, he has to be quick. He is quick. He's so impressive. One of the most impressive midfielders for me this season. He really, really is. And I mean, of course, Alexander Isak. I mean, am I doing him a disservice when I say it was one of those days where you're like, put the ball in the net, Alexander Isak? He's absolutely incredible, but the saves that Henderson was pulling off were out of this world. And I was just like, please let him score. He needs this. And we're at this point now where he hadn't scored for 2 games and you were thinking this is a drought. That's how impressive Isak has been. But another 25 goals now this season. The guy is not going anywhere. Top 4 with Newcastle, he's going to be there. The number 14, he is the guy. He wants to be the guy. And it is a massive credit to Newcastle United that even if Isak isn't scoring, they have 4 other scorers. That is probably the most important thing to take from tonight, is that Newcastle can score as many goals, same against Manchester United, and Isak doesn't need to be involved. It is a massive credit to what Jason Tindall and Eddie Howe are doing. And I want to discuss this because Crystal Palace fans weren't happy that Newcastle played their end of game music. I think it's incredible. I want to see this. Football needs to have a bit of banter, guys. Come on now. I know maybe Palace fans can find this offensive, but you were absolutely destroyed. And I'm sure you guys, if you're a Palace fan, were glad it was all over at full time, because you guys got played off the park. Absolutely played off of the park. And now look at that. 2, 4, 6 wins in a row for Newcastle in all competitions. Absolutely flying. Villa next, a massive test. They've been out of the Champions League. I'll be rooting for Newcastle, to be honest. I think they've become my sort of another team I can love because of the support you guys are giving me, because of the Newcastle fans here. I can't help but love the club and see what you guys are doing. You're doing a great job. But yeah, Newcastle, you're absolutely incredible. You really are. The players you got, wow. But that's it for now, and until next time, peace.